Welcome to Prince Shorthand House. Exercise number 172, sir. Apprising 100 words a minute. Ready? Start. Madam Deputy Chairman, I rise to intervene in the debate and I would attempt to confine the intervention to a specific area because Defense Minister will be replying to the debate per se tomorrow and will be covering the vast bulk of the area. It has been my privilege to be the first minister in the Union Council of Ministers since independence, specifically charged with the responsibility of defense research and development. This has also been an area in a wider perspective dealing with self-reliance, which has been a subject of considerable discussion today and on the earlier occasions in this house. I will therefore confine myself in this intervention to the basic area of defense research. Before I start, may I say that in the last 18 or 19 months in which I have been associated with this department, I have built two very strong motive responses to a great sense of enthusiasm and to a great measure of respect. In my own way, though the process of today's discussion and debate, I hope that I will be able to, in fact, that is the right word, some of the honorable members of this house with that element of enthusiasm and respect. There are tens of thousands of people working in this country on defense research and development. These really are the true backroom boys and girls of our process. What is not perhaps commonly known is that hundreds, if not thousands, of them are of such a quality that they would find employment anywhere in the world if they wanted to go out. They do not work here because of what they can paid. They do not work because of their career opportunities in India. They work here, as I can understand it, for two basic reasons. The first and the foremost is patriotism, and the second is job satisfaction. Before I come to the definitive area of defense research and development, I would make one point very clear that research and development in India in areas relating to defense is very much larger than the work that is done in DRDO. The Defense Research and Development Organization is a department of the Government of India. Research in India is done in a variety of places and we try and look at this in broad terms as a three-tier process. The first tier is the phenomenal amount of work that is done in the services themselves. By the services, I mean the Army, the Navy and the Air Force. Some reference was made in today's discussions by Honorable Minister to the concept of retrofitting. Retrofitting, as it happens, is an activity which is under considerable stress today and is handled by the services. So, we have what we call product improvement programs, and there are two major programs and I can quote an example. First, on the tanks, one on the Vijayanta and another on the T-55, both of which are handled by the services and These are very complex programs, and they are in fact a very complex mixture of science, technology and engineering, through which process the tank is converted into a system which can be used by another 10 or 15 years. So there is tremendous input in the services. The other kind of work that the services do is an activity related to improving the system. For example, we will take up one thing. I will take one such example. Now we have an infantry combat vehicle, and out of a process of pure service development, the electrical and mechanical engineers of the Indian Army decided that they can improve this otherwise important vehicle by fitting on a missile. So they have integrated a missile on to a combat service and so improved its capability considerably, and they have done this entirely ingeniously. So the services have their own capability in research and development. Then, madam, the second tier is the industry, and industry itself consists broadly of four types. We have the ordnance factories, which are departmental units. We have the defense public sector units like the Bharat Electronics Limited, the HAL, and so on. Then we have the non-defense public sector units like the Electronics Corporation of India, Bharat Heavy Electricals, Bharat Heavy Plates and Vessels Instrumentation Limited, etc. And finally, we have the private sector. In the normal course, in fact, without exception, work on weapons by weapons. I am very specific. I mean arms and ammunition research and development work on weapons is only done either by the ordnance factories or the defense public sector units. But work in area related to defense research and development work is done in a large number of other public sector units and a large number of private industries. For example, improvements in a 3-ton truck, etc. So that is the second tier where research and development is conducted by industry. Stop.